Hello, people. Right then, there is a certain lunatic who has just been jailed for thievery of £400,000. Well, a shade over, actually. That's what they could prove. There was probably more, but that's all they could prove. He was the treasurer for the Scottish National Party, as in a political party. That's good, isn't it? The treasurer. And over the past 15, 16, 17 years, he has helped himself to the coffers when he needed a few quid. Yes. Now, the interesting thing about this treasurer was there was a former leader of the Scottish National Party. She was known as Widow Twanky. No, actually, she was known as Nicola Sturgeon. Remember her with the carrot top? Yes. Yes. And she was married to Mr. Murrell. Oh, yes. For a long, long time. Long time. And then suddenly, it all got a bit dodgy with the SNP. And she vaporised. She was gone. Over the horizon. Like the dog with the proverbial bone doing a runner. And she was off. Because obviously she knew what was coming, didn't she? Yes. And then she shacked herself up with her girlfriend. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But she shacked herself up with her girlfriend to try and distance herself as far as was absolutely possible. She couldn't think of anything else to do, so she chose that one. Distance herself as far as possible from Mr. Murrell, her ex, because she divorced him. Right. Then, down the road a little ways, let's say 18 months, Mr. Murrell goes to court and basically just admits everything. He filled his booties, big time, with the money that people with naffle, because we're talking about Scotland here, people with naffle donated to the Scottish National Party. Scottish National Party. And what did they get for that? Well, nothing. But he got a very nice £125,000 camper truck thing. RV, that's the one, for those of you in the US. An 125,000 quid. Ooh, very nice, thank you very much. And he parked it on his mummy's driveway. Wasn't exactly incognito then, was he? And then he bought all sorts of wondrous things. He bought himself games for his PS4. Woo! Oh, yes, he did. Yes, yes. And he bought himself some lovely earrings. What? And he bought himself 2 Dyson hairdryers. £699 each. Each for a hairdryer. There was only one problem. I've got more hair than he has. He's bald as a bastard. So who were the 2 hairdryers for, we ask ourselves? Yes. But it's nothing to do with Nicola. She knew nothing about it. And then one day, somebody took a photograph of Nicola. Nicola appeared from her house with one of those lovely bright red designer handbags. You know those handbags that have price tags like £5,000 and £6,000 and £7,000 written on them? Yes, she had one of those. But it was nothing to do with her where the money was coming from. She didn't know that. And then there was a photograph of Nicola sitting in a meeting with a very nice pen in her hand. Very nice pen. Oh, very posh. Transpires the pen, as in a biro, you know, to write a letter with. 1,000 quid. 1,000 quid? 1,200. Oh, yeah, my voice went there. My voice broke then. $1,200 for a pen. Really? And it never occurred to her to say, "Excuse me, Mr. Murrell," the husband, I say, who I've known for decades. "Where did you get the money for the pen?" No, never occurred to her. No. Why would it? After all, if your missus turned up with a £1,200 pen in her hand, would you ask her where the pen come from? Of course you wouldn't. No. Would you ask her where the money came from to buy the pen? No. And then, of course, there was the dining table. Don't forget the dining table, because when they're sitting at the dining table at night, right in the middle of the table are 2 beautiful crystal. You ready for this now? You're going to love this. Crystal, real crystal, as in £2,618 of crystal in the shape of salt and pepper pot. Salt and fucking pepper pot in the middle of the table. £2,618, and Nicola never thought to ask where the money came from. But why would she while she was sprinkling salt on her chips? Why would she? You just want to cry, don't you? Does this ever end? Does it ever end? It makes me mental. That's why I come on here and take the piss, because it just makes me, I just want to scream. I can't believe how this world goes round. It just lurches about, doesn't it? It just lurches round. And these twats that are in charge are just that. All of them twats. They're just shit. They line their own coffers, they fill their own boots, and they do nothing else. And then the SNP was approached and asked, very quick question, do you think that you should reimburse the people who made the donations to your party? Do you think you should reimburse those donations, seeing as it was all spent on salt, pepper pots and RVs and nice handbags and sexy pens and such like? You think you should give those people their money back? No! Came the response. Absolutely no chance at all in the world of that happening. It's great, isn't it? It's nice to know you're loved, those people of Scotland, isn't it? By the wonderful Scottish National Party. And yeah, by the way, before everybody looks at me and goes, oh yeah, well, you're a fucking English bastard, no one cares. My name is Gray, as in Gray. First name being John, as in Jock. Grey Friars, Bobby, does that mean anything to anyone? My heritage is all Scottish, all of it. So, on that note, create, stay sane, and them all off, as the saying goes. Woo!